good morning and welcome to your Monday Morning Devotional. So glad you're with me this morning. I'm in the recording studios of Pastor Ovi. So thank you, Pastor Ovi, for letting me come and use your studio this morning. I want to take us on a journey with what it means to be living in the freedom of the Spirit. In Galatians 5, verse 1, it says, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery." Now, a couple Sundays ago, I was talking about that through prayer and fasting, that power of prayer and fasting, the roots of bitterness, which are reminders in Passover of the bitterness of slavery that the Israelites had endured in Egypt. And that bitterness that's in our life is an indicator that we are heading to that place of bondage yet again, bondage to slavery. So what does it mean to be free in Christ? What does it mean to stand firm and not let ourselves go back into that yoke of slavery? Well, there are many ways that we can easily be led into a path that leads to slavery when we forget about what Christ has done. Have you ever been in a place where you began to rely upon yourself or some religious regimen to feel that you're quantifying yourself in your spiritual life, in your Christianity? Well, the importance of this is what the apostle is writing about in Ephesians, is that we are free in the Spirit to not then be brought back to a yoke of slavery, which is a yoke of religiosity. It says, "Mark my words, I, Paul, tell you that you let yourselves be circumcised. Christ will be of no value to you at all." That means if you're going down the line of the religious duties, things that you are required to do in order to look like, sound like, be a Christian or have a spiritual life, you've missed the whole point. That Christ was crucified to remove that yoke of being religiously bound to things. That can be something that you see in all aspects of your life. Have you ever put yourself on such a very strict standard of yourself that you can't even qualify yourself in it? I remember my dad wrote me a letter when I was just going to Bible school. And in the letter, he said, "Aaron," he said, relax, give yourself a break, because you've set yourself such a high standard that not even Jesus could hit that standard. And that really impacted me to think, have I put myself in such a high standard of criticism, of righteousness, that even Jesus himself wouldn't be able to do it? Now, some of you may think, oh, come on, it's Jesus. Well, Jesus was the opposite of religiosity. He was God, but he was a God who related to his Father. He was the Son relating to his Father, and he didn't allow his flesh or the religiosity to control him, for he was controlled by the Spirit. For it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm and don't let yourselves be burdened again to a yoke of slavery. Look, Jesus has set us free. No longer go down the road of such high standards that you can't make it, for he has made a way for you